I think the most profound factor to my downward spiral, as it were, was the passing of my uncle. He had terminal cancer. His death came around a little sooner than we had kind of been led to believe, and in hindsight I can see where I started to really struggle, but whereas on past occasions I just did extra work to try and get through, unfortunately that wasn't the best method of coping, and I succumbed to the pressure. And I was away on tour. I'd just done a line check, which is an annual check flight we do, and wasn't feeling well, and had a shower, felt like I was going to faint. I was dry reaching uncontrollably, and I just didn't feel right. And called my wife up and I broke down on the phone to her. And I kind of knew then that that was the start of a fairly big downfall. And I had a couple of months off, came back and got my medical back. Thought I was fine, but I probably just rushed things in anticipation of trying to get back to a normal life. And I was home one night, getting ready to come back to work, and my wife found me collapsed unconscious in the shower. And it was quite a frightening experience, and that's when I realised that I was in a lot of trouble, and that all of that stress from the previous 12 to 18 months had basically taken me out, and it really had exhausted me physically, mentally and emotionally, and I had nothing left. And that's when I knew I needed a break, and I needed help. If in doubt, find out. Just ask. It's not that hard to find an appropriate time just to, ask somebody, hey, are you going all right? Are you travelling all right? You haven't been yourself. I've noticed a few changes, or, just offering even just have a cup of coffee or a beer, or mate, why don't you come over and have a barbecue? And it's taking that first step just to ask somebody that simple question, are you okay? And I know some people probably think it's a bit of a cheesy proposition, but there are some very serious ramifications. All of us have a breaking point, whether we realise it or not, whether we come close to it or not, we've all got it. And it's important that if somebody around in the workplace, a friend or even just a professional colleague, if you notice something's not right, just ask. It's not hard to say, are you all right? Can I help out? I work for an excellent company. I got a lot of support from our operations department and also from our HR department. They really did a lot to help me out. I had a really good circle of friends that took an interest in my well-being. It was that constant contact with friends that really helped out a lot. And through all of that, I had the unwavering support of my wife, Tume, who was just wonderful. I don't know where I'd be. I'd be very lost. I probably would have lost everything without her.